All right, coach, an 89-78 victory over the Sky, which puts the Aces in the #1 seed at the moment, pending Sunday's outcomes. Opening statement.
Obviously a quality win. We have a lot of respect for Chicago. And we have a lot of respect for the way they play the game. Come on in, Plum.
Can I just?
Yes.
Okay.
Girl. Come on, man. You give an opening statement. Go ahead.
Is that what coaches do? Because I really don't. want to
Yeah,
coach.
opening statements, they blow.
Really?
That's gonna say that.
Let me just say, she set us up for some terrible, that's what she said, moments throughout the year. I don't even think she realizes.
But who really took it there? I was saying in the concept of that's terrible, but anyways.
I thought overall it was a great team, performance. I felt like defensively, for the most part, we were pretty locked in. I mean, it's really hard to manage Candace Parker, Leesman, Sloop, Copper, Quigs, like they just had so many weapons, and I felt like overall for us to be as locked in as we did, that was pretty cool. I also think that we just had huge moments for people. I thought we were kind of struggling in the third. Jackie Young just decided that she was going to impress herself on the game. Then you have Chelsea hitting, clutch shots, and Kia Stokes doesn't get enough love for the amount of like disruption that she creates, not just defensively, but offensively. She just keeps possessions alive. I thought Rapana came in and just had a spark for us. She had a couple big shots, knocked a couple balls, and then you have Asia. I mean, Asia's the MVP this year. And I think that like I was solid.
No, she was very good.
Yeah.
And I'll throw you a bone.
Okay.
I'll just say what I said in front of the team. Plum's ability to get into the paint, get downhill, and her rim reads are becoming next level. She's getting downhill on people at will. Obviously, they're paranoid about her three-point shot, but it really opens up the other parts of her game. And teams have been really committed to, okay, now they're taking off the three-point line, and now they play swarm ball. And if we could have hockey assists, because a lot of times she's getting in there, she's kicking out, and it's the next pass, and that person gets the assist. But it's her play that creates the whole chain reaction. That looks really good.
Sorry, guys, I'm hungry.
She wants to go eat. But anyways, her reading level, she's starting to get that PhD reading level professor.
Becky, do you have any questions for Coach Plum?
No, I thought she hit the nail on the head, in the sense of we started to struggle a little bit. Jackie took over the game. There were some situations where we just isolated people and then just made the right play. See, the isolation isn't just for that player to go score. The isolation is to make a play and then see what they do. And we're starting to get that next iteration. And resiliency. I think that's something that Chicago has that I probably admire the most is their ability to take a punch. And their resiliency. They never go away. They just keep coming, they stay solid. And that's what we've built. And I thought we saw some resiliency today because coming out in that third quarter, what did I tell you guys? Your faces look like you're going. So anyways, I think the ability to get stops when we need it is going to be a separation factor. And when we did start to get some separation, it was because we were playing out of our defense. In our offense, we do what we do, but the defense has to be there night in and night out, and to hold to a team like that, 3 quarters in the teens is very, very difficult to do. So the girls did a nice job of locking in. Caught them a little bit on an off night shooting wise, but I'll give some of that to our credit to our defense being disruptive and getting them out of rhythm, and then I'll chalk in another half of it. They just missed some. But that's the way the game goes. We didn't actually, besides you, it's not like we shot the crap out of it either. So fantastic, good. Go eat. Amen. Thanks. I'll take questions. She can go.
Becky, you kind of talked about that resiliency. In other words, the Asian team described that the fourth quarter has been composure. We saw it against Seattle, we saw it again tonight. But what have you guys been able to do to build that composure, that resiliency during these last 2 weeks of this season?
Obviously being in tough situations. Being in tight games. That's the only way you can build it, because you can't simulate it otherwise. And, you know, that's a team early on in the season, you know, we threw a haymaker at them in the first quarter, and they're bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. Their resiliency and their never go away factor and composure is something to be admired. I'm starting to see that in our team, and so that's a really bright spot for us moving forward. And I'll say this, we're starting to build up some trust. You know, one night it's Chelsea, one night it's Kelsey, tonight it was Jackie. In certain situations, the trust factor of just giving the ball up and making the right play and trusting your teammates. That's probably what I'm most proud of more than anything.
How would you describe Jackie Young's third quarter, 16 points, and like you said, composed herself on the game? What was she doing out there that impressed you the most?
She's just being who she is. And it's my job to get her coming into every game that that's who she is.
Becky, I just want to make sure I heard you right. You called Kelsey's attack the rim raids, correct?
Rim reads.
Okay. And then secondly, you guys forced 17 Chicago turnovers tonight, 6 of them from the player and Courtney Vanderson, who you really the season described as maybe one of the best point guards in the league. How did you guys do that? And when you force turnovers like that, how much does it sort of you guys get the energy from the turnovers and it leads to offensive scores and it just leads to sort of a rolling ball to pulling like this?
Well, she's still one of the best point guards at least ever seen. I stand by my statement on that. I don't care how many times she turned it over. She's exceptional point guard, perhaps the best vision. You know, Chelsea Gray has vision that you cannot teach. Chelsea Gray has an arsenal, maybe a little bit more diversified offensively. But both of them have things that you cannot teach. They are masterful readers of whatever the defense is doing. And taking the other thing. You know, in defense, it's always, what are you willing to live with? You take something away, but you're gonna give up something. And really, that's where Plum's growth has been the most. Everybody knows she can score the ball. She walks into the gym, she's just a scoring machine. It's the other aspects of her game that I think have grown, and we really haven't even talked about her defense. And her energy defensively, whether that's, her defense has been very good this year, and it's not something I've talked about a lot, but she is a competitor, and I love that because I can work with that. I love that. You can't teach that either.
Let's go 3 more. We gotta turn the building over to Rob Zombies. 3 more good ones.
Coach, you lose Erica and on Tuesday with both contusion and knee, and then you come out and have this performance pretty much leading by double digits most of the game. How much does that mean you guys moving forward, knowing Erica's gonna be out for about 2 to 4 weeks, probably this whole season?
Yeah, we're just trying to put some pieces in there that we think would fit. Eliana gives us a different look than De'Erica. Now, come time when we gotta guard the Deladons and the Stewarts and all those of the worlds going into playoffs, we're gonna have to get maybe a little bit creative. Because those are the people that Hamby was responsible for a lot of times and has done a wonderful job. Asia will be strapped with that a little bit more, but Illy gives us shooting. You cannot ignore her. You have to guard her. So the spacing wise, she fits right in with what we're doing offensively. And defensively, we're playing a team defense anyways. You know, we say it all the time. No one's on an island. You know, Copper's coming down full speed. You want to guard her one-on-one? I don't think so. You know, we got to guard her. And we got to have people in spots to give support. You know, because at the end of the day, they're on every team, there's an elite scorer. And so it's just about making their looks as difficult as possible. So Illy fits that role and gives kind of a different look to us offensively and defensively.
Coach, we talk about sports cliches all the time, whether it's playing your best ball at the right time of the year or controlling your own destiny. In your first season, your team, it appeared, what, 7 wins in the last 9 games, and then obviously controlling their own destiny. In your first season, from start to right now, what has been the biggest growth or area of growth for this team so far, in addition to yourself?
The biggest addition of growth to this team has been the 2 weeks before All-Star and since All-Star. Since we had a little coming to Jesus meeting in New York, I've seen, for the most part, a different team. Now, have we dropped a quarter here and there, and has that quarter come up to bite us? Here and there, yes, Atlanta being one of them, Dallas being one of them, so. But in the course of winning quarters, and playing defense and being present for 40 minutes on both sides of the ball, I've seen growth. I've seen growth in crunch time, composure, resiliency, being able to take a punch, like I said earlier. So those are all good signs. Now, at the end of the day, we still ain't won shit. No one here wants to take first place in the regular season. Fine, we did that. Maybe we do that, maybe we don't. I don't know. But it's not the goal. The goal is to be the last team standing, not of the regular season, of the playoffs. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of quality teams, and we need to continue. I've said this every press conference. I don't care who we're playing. It's about what we're doing. Because when we're locked in defensively, I like us. When we're not, we're very average.
Thanks, Michael. Let you go. And we'll be right back with the